All right, so we're here at the National Emergency Briefing on climate change and nature here in London in Westminster. Could you say who you are and where you're from?
So my name is Simon Lightman and I'm the co-founder of the City of London Youth Natural Environment Board.
Okay, and what brought you here?
Today I'm here because I believe passionately in the force of education as a lever for systemic change, and the moment is upon us. And these young people are fellow travellers on that path.
My name is Lewis Swire and I'm from Edinburgh.
What did you think about this debate, this conversation you witnessed here today?
Well, I was really pleased to see so many young people here as well and see intergenerational decision making being valued. I think what stood out to me in particular were the topics of food security and the link to national security as well, and the increased disaster ready preparedness for the security forces.
Are you terrified about your future?
I am. It's our future on the line, and that's why it's so important that we as young people are here and our voices are listened to.
What about you? Did this briefing raise your awareness to a higher level of what exactly is going on in this world?
Yeah, it definitely did. And I think that there needs to be a bit more cross-party resilience along the UK political parties. And I think, climate policies need to transcend political cycles as well so that, our future is secure. I am Simona Shager and I'm from Albania.
Hi, my name is Zach and I'm from Luton. And
I landed at Luton the other day, actually. It says London Luton, is that correct?
London Luton Airport, yeah, it's quite misleading because it's about 500 million miles away from London, but it's close enough, right?
What do you think about the fossil fuel companies? They know about climate change. They've known about climate change for years, and yet they continue to do what they do. Do you know that the fossil fuel industry has made $24 trillion since the climate conference that was held in Glasgow just a few years ago? What do you think is going through their minds?
I think it's a classic example of powerful people and powerful companies in an advantageous position where they feel like they're exempt to, like problems that we're all concerned about, such as climate. It's quite a classic story that the gentleman shared from the MOD about Superior saying that they're exempt from climate change and from the climate crisis, essentially, because they were doing what needs to be done to get the job done. But again, it's quite unfortunate because at the end of the day, no one's immune to the climate crisis and everyone faces the problems. So I think they need to be a bit more human.
I think it's probably because, as you say, they feel very distant from it. And actually, I think even in the richer countries, we feel a little bit more distant from it. We hear about catastrophes in different developing countries. We feel bad. Some people might provide money. But actually, the point is that it's coming closer and closer all the time to us. And it's actually no longer invisible, even in the UK. What are you going to do about this tomorrow? What action are you going to take?
I think there's great space for the youth to really, with social media and all of the amazing technology that we have available to us, to really grow and speak about this. There's no point There's no point for the youth to sit idly by when we have such incredible technology to amplify our own voices. This is the future that we will inherit, so therefore we should already, no matter our age, start to act like we can do something about it. Because if you approach things with a nihilist attitude, nothing will get done. And it's better to really attempt systemic change rather than to just sit down and accept defeat. So that's what I think the youth can do. Get up tomorrow, start speaking to everyone they can about the challenges that we face as a civilization and as humanity as a whole.
And your name, where are you from?
Jacob Sprake, and I'm from London.
Do you have a bank account?
Yes.
Who do you bank with?
Revolut.
Who?
Revolut.
And are they investing in fossil fuels?
Quite possibly. I don't know. But then again, this is the thing. Our industries are all interconnected with these various factors. Some of the largest banks in the UK have different subsidiaries that are probably funding deforestation in the Amazon. And then at the same time, they're probably funding the green energy companies that are exhibiting at COP. So it's really like incredibly circular, the sort of the adversary that we're facing. It's everywhere, it seeps into everything.
So there is an organization called Banking on Global Values, the Global Banking on Values, something like that. They can give you a list of all the banks in Europe that don't invest in fossil fuels and also don't invest, and they're just normal banks, but nobody ever banks with them. So that's one thing you could do tomorrow. Just switch your bank account. Triodos in Britain, Triodos, don't invest in fossil fuels. Who are you and where you're from?
Hi, I'm Kyle and I'm from Woking, Surrey.
Do you think that the people that live in Woking, Surrey, your mates and your friends, have any idea what's happening to the planet?
I think they do, and I think they're all very aware, but there's not enough incentive and there's not enough debate about it, which actually encourages them to change and make differences. I think a lot of ordinary people need to be educated about the severity of the environment through events like this, and that's the only way we can really make change. But if there's one thing I can tell you, it's that the youth don't just want this, but we need this. We need the government to start addressing this. We need them to invest in our future and for their kids' future as well.
Because right now the fossil fuel companies are a bit like the slavers of the 19th century, right? They know it's wrong, but they carry on with their dirty business, and it takes a lot to shift them out of the game.
It's very true, but that means we need everyone around them to step up to tackle misinformation and to make sure that they understand what's going on, so that we can get the higher ups and the people in power to actually change things.
Thank you very much, everybody, for being on We Don't Have Time TV.